Hey there, rugby fans! Today, we're diving into the thrilling Argentina vs Springboks match, where the tension was high and the stakes were even higher. It was a game that almost went horribly wrong for Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu, but Handre Pollard stepped up to steady the ship. Let's break down the winners and losers, and explore the key moments that shaped this international clash. First things first, the Springboks Bomb Squad was a game-changer. By making the bench a genuine weapon, South Africa transformed the game. Gerhard Steenkamp, Zachary Porthen, and Jan-Hendrik Wessel stepped up to the plate, and Ben-Jason Dixon and Cobus Wies had some big moments in the second period. This physicality overwhelmed the Argentinians, and it was critical in claiming a narrow victory in Buenos Aires. It's fascinating to see how the Springboks have evolved, turning their bench into a powerful asset. What makes this really interesting is how it challenges traditional rugby tactics, where the bench has often been an afterthought. In my opinion, this strategy could be a game-changer for South Africa in the upcoming World Cup. Now, let's talk about Handre Pollard. He was the unsung hero of this match, stepping up to the plate when Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu was making error after error. Pollard made smart decisions with the ball, and that's what saw them over the line. What many people don't realize is that Pollard's performance was a testament to his resilience and adaptability. From my perspective, he's a player who can make or break a game, and his ability to step up under pressure is what makes him a true leader on the field. This raises a deeper question: how do we value and develop players like Pollard, who can turn the tide of a match with their decision-making? Speaking of decision-making, Hanekom was the best of the starting South African forwards. He was a real presence on both sides of the ball, making big hits, good carries, and winning the odd turnover at the breakdown. While he conceded a couple of needless penalties, his overall performance was impressive. Hanekom is unlikely to start in Johannesburg, but this was a statement display that gives him a shot at being on the bench. What this really suggests is that the Springboks have a deep pool of talent, and players like Hanekom are pushing each other to be better. Now, let's shift our focus to the Argentinian side. The starting front row deserves massive credit for holding the Springboks at bay, even getting the better of them on a couple of occasions. Despite the absence of Julian Montoya and the test debut of Francisco Moreno, they were excellent. Boris Wenger, in particular, impacted all facets of the game. This detail I find fascinating is how the Argentinian front row was able to hold their own against the Springboks, despite the odds. It's a testament to their resilience and determination, and it raises a deeper question: how do we develop and support players from smaller rugby nations, so they can compete at the highest level? Now, let's talk about the wings. The Argentinian wings, Rodrigo, Isgro, and Ignacio Mendy, were a constant threat to the Boks. Isgro had plenty of joy against Ethan Hooker in the air, and Mendy was the Argentinians' most potent threat with ball in hand. This highlights the importance of depth in the wide channels. It's fascinating to see how the Argentinian team has developed, and it raises a deeper question: how do we identify and nurture young talent in rugby, so they can become a force to be reckoned with on the international stage? Now, let's talk about Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu. While he may not be too happy with his side's performance, he got what he wanted in terms of the victory, game time for some of his returning players, and a few answers in terms of selection. The Boks coach will be a relieved man, as it could have gone horribly wrong for him and his side. This raises a deeper question: how do we manage the expectations and pressures of coaching at the highest level, and how do we support coaches like Feinberg-Mngomezulu, who are constantly under the microscope? In conclusion, this match was a rollercoaster of emotions, with the Springboks almost going horribly wrong, but Handre Pollard stepping up to steady the ship. It was a game that highlighted the importance of depth, resilience, and adaptability in rugby. From my perspective, it's a game that will be remembered for a long time, and it raises a deeper question: how do we celebrate and learn from the wins and losses in rugby, and how do we use them to grow and improve as a sport? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more rugby analysis and insights. Until next time, keep the passion for rugby burning.